Oh,
What's
hello.
up?
Hi.
So, where are you from?
Well, I'm from Tran.
And what's Tran famous for?
Tran is famous for its special coconut candy. And actually, my maternal family is from Vĩnh, and I only know about Prime Minister Pham because there is a huge memorial site dedicated to him on the way I'm going to school. So, what is Vĩnh unique for?
Well, Vĩnh is unique for its great people, one of them being Prime Minister Vo Van Kiet. I know a lot about him because I admire him.
And there's also Professor Nghia in Vĩnh too.
Aside from memorial sites, I know some historical sites such as Tran Community House and
Bahan Temple.
exactly.
Wow, this sounds amazing. I'm eager to visit those historical sites someday.
So, do you guys like picnic?
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Wow.
Well,
What?
I heard that you say you know about Mr. Pham. Can you tell me more about him?
So when I was a child, my mother has told me a lot about him. Mr. Pham, he was born on June 11, 1912. If I'm not being mistaken, his real name is Vo Van Kiet, right?
Yeah, you're right.
From a young age, he showed a strong love for the nation, and he joined revolutionary work at very early. But he was imprisoned many times, unfortunately. But after the country gained independence, he became the chairman of the Council of Ministers, and many people show a strong respect for him, like me.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're so knowledgeable about this. Can you tell me about his memorial sites?
Of course, now let's go inside the temple. Wow, standing here, I can truly feel the meaningful historical site. You can see that this is the temple of Mr. Pham. You can see that the temple has a traditional Southern Vietnamese architecture. And around us, I see that you guys have a quite good mood.
Yes,
Of course.
Well, I feel like that too.
This is Mr. Pham statue.
Wow, this is the first time I'm coming inside this memorial site. Well, before that, I've only seen him because this memorial site is on the way I'm going to school.
How do you know a lot of information about him?
Well, actually, my mom told me about him when I was a child. She seemed very happy to talk about him. I've seen that. Wow, can you see these massive photos and documents around us? I believe that if we take a good look at these documents and objects, we can learn more about his strong spirit and his deep love for the country.
Guys, aside from Prime Minister Pham, there's another person who bears the same title of Prime Minister. It's Prime Minister Vo Van Kiet. I said earlier about him. Do you guys know about him?
Yeah, I know a lot about him.
Yes, then let's go straight to the site then.
So, I have a question for you.
Oh, sure, you can ask.
So, what's Vo Van Kiet's real name?
Well, his real name is Pham Van Hoa.
And when was he born?
He was born in 1922 in Vĩnh province.
Hey,
Yeah,
can I get you a question?
yeah, you can ask anywhere.
I've seen that you show a strong love for Prime Minister Vo Van Kiet. Can you
Yes.
tell me why?
Mr. Vo Van Kiet was the Prime Minister of Vietnam from 1991 to 1997. He's achieved a lot during his time as a Prime Minister and as a member of the Socialist Republic. He had done so many things for Vietnam. One of his greatest achievements is what you can see here, the 500 kilovoltage short north power transmission that paved the way for many new developments to come. What made him truly remarkable was his strong love for the nation and the freedom of speech of Vietnam. He was a straight person and was the role model for many teenagers like me.
Wow, that's so impressive. I didn't expect you to be such knowledgeable.
Oh, since we've already visited Prime Minister Vo Van Kiet and Prime Minister Pham, then how about we visit Professor Nghia? He's also a well-known figure in history.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Then
Let's go.
Let's not waste any more time, guys. I want to ask you about some questions of Professor Nghia.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
What's his real name?
Phạm Quang Lễ, who is also known as Professor Trần Đại Nghĩa, was born in 1913 into a poor family of teachers, and his childhood was marked by hardship. Despite all these challenges, his sister and his mom worked tirelessly to support his education, and from a very young age, he displayed a passion for learning.
So what were his contributions?
He was considered to be the father of the Vietnam's defense industry, and he's contributed significantly to the development of military technology. He's the king of weapons, as he designed many key weapons such as bazookas, recoilless rifle, mortars, and also mines. And he also contributed to the scientific program of Pham space flight.
Oh, aside from his contribution, can you tell me why you admire him so much?
Despite his extraordinary intellect, the power he held as a high-ranking official, and world recognition, he lived a simple and modest life and always put the country first. And Trần Đại Nghia's life proves that knowledge and true patriotism can change the fate of a nation.
I just realized we haven't gone to any historical sites. We've just gone to historical figures, memorial sites. And earlier I said that there's Van Tan Temple. And Ngọc say she knows about it, right?
Yes, of course. So let's head there. So let me introduce for you a little bit about Van Tan Temple. It is a well-known historical site in Vĩnh. This place is not only beautiful, but also stands for a tradition of respecting education and knowledge in Vietnamese culture.
So, Ngọc, can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
So, what is the location of this temple?
Located on Trần Phú Street, Phước Hậu Ward, near the Long Hồ River, so it is convenient for both land and river travel. As you can see, one of the unique highlights in Van Tan Temple, Vang Sung Pavilion. So let's go inside this. This is a two-story building dedicated to the god of literature. In the past, there was also a gathering place where scholars met to discuss poetry and academic knowledge. Nearby, two old cannons are reserved, reminding visitors of a time when they were used to protect Vĩnh Citadel. At the end of the path, you can see the Đại Thành Hall, the most sacred area of the temple, where Confucius and respected Vietnamese teachers such as Chu Văn An are worshipped. This reflects the Vietnamese belief that education is the foundation of national development. In 1991, Van Tan Temple was officially recognized as a national historical and cultural relic. Despite many historical changes, the temple still preserves its ancient architecture, a peaceful atmosphere, and strong educational spirit.
It's been quite a while already. We've gone to many historical places, including historical figures memorial sites and historical sites themselves. Vĩnh is truly a land full of pride, inspiration, and an everlasting history, beliefs, and lots of historical places. Thank you for listening!